Very good morning, all of you. Where we have stopped our discussion previously, I can see the effect of Monday. We call it as Monday blues. Saturday, Sunday, nicely you people enjoy. Coming to Monday to learn something becomes a really big headache for some students. But anyhow, so where we have stopped our discussion, if I'm not wrong, we have started with exceptions, right? Let me tell you, my dear students, that these exceptions will be there in each and every software. Say, for example, when you are using Google Chrome, you will get one message known as Google Chrome is not responding. That you will get. It is because of so-called an exception. Eclipse is not responding. You will get it so-called it is because of exception. Google Hangouts not responding. It's because of exception. Instagram not responding because of exception. Facebook not responding, it's because of exception. Means each and all softwares of this world will lead to an exception, and exception is very dangerous for any of the software. Now you'll ask me, what do you mean by an exception? Exception is defined as it is an unusual event in a software which will lead to what? Which will lead to, I've defined this previously, which will lead to an abnormal termination, an abrupt termination, which will again lead to loss of data. It's an unusual event. So more about it you will understand with the help of my program. Please buckle up and watch this. Let me explain this to you with the help of my program, and let me get my program now. Brilliant. This is my program, and now let me code inside this program something for you. What do you want to code, sir? What's this? I'll come here, and now inside this main method, I want to tell the instructions here. How you will tell, sir? System.out.println within double quotes. I'll come inside this. Within double quotes, I will tell it as connection established. If I'm telling the statement connection established, you'll understand the program properly. But even at the matter of fact, if you look at any web application, there is a web application here, there is a computer here. This web application is Amazon. And Amazon is somewhere there in the world. I don't know where it is. It is there in America. Now this is your computer, this is your Amazon. If you want to use this Amazon, first and foremost thing is from your computer, from your mobile, from your laptop, you have to build a connection with this mobile. That is the first thing you are going to do. How you will achieve practically in advanced Java you will learn. But at this point of time, just to show you that there is a connection built between an application and you, I am telling the statement known as connection established. Fantastic. I'll come there. After this, I will tell it as system.out.println within double quotes. I'll come here and I will hit control space, system.out.println. I will tell it as enter the number 1 like this. One number I want. So now I should send it. How you are going to send it, sir, if you ask me? For that, you have to take what? Input from the user. Am I correct? If you have to take the input from the user, you have to use what? A scanner facility you should use. How you are going to do it, sir? Buckle up and watch this. I will tell it as new scanner. I'll open this bracket and I will tell it as system.in. Brilliant. So for them, I will give the reference. What is the reference? If you ask me, the reference is scan, and what type it is you should tell. The type is what? Scanner, and I'm importing it. So now this fellow, I am keeping it ready before I ask the number. I'm just putting it there. Beautiful. Now enter the number 1. Looking at this, you will enter a number. You should scan it. Scan dot. Number is an integer. Scan dot next int I will tell. I will take this and I will put it inside a variable A. What type it is? Integer. I want another number. So I will ask him again. System.out.println. I will tell it as enter the what? Number 2. Looking at this, you will enter the next number. You have to scan it. How will you scan it? You use scan. Next. Number is an integer. You scan it. Put it inside one container. That is B. And what type it is? integer. Brilliant. I'll come here. Whatever A is there, I will take it. Whatever B is there, I will take it. And I'll put a semicolon there. Now between these, I want to put one symbol there. This symbol, forward slash, means what? Division. I am dividing A by B. Whatever result is there, I want to put it inside C. What type it is, you should tell. It is an integer. Now I want to see what is the result of the C. I want to see that. For that, you have to print it. Hit enter. System.out.println C, like this. Again, I will come here and I will tell system.out.println within double quotes. I will tell it as connection terminated in this way. This is my program. And let us see how he works. And I want to explain this with the help of a person. Who is that, if you ask me? Buckle up and watch this. Okay. So let me decrease the size of this code so that I can make you understand in a much better way. Beautiful. Now this is a program, this is a Java program you have coded. Let me represent this in this fashion. Awesome. Now how many lines you have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 lines are there. The same 9 lines I want to put it here. How? Like this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 9 lines are there in your program. Beautiful. Now, my JVM will start executing that program. The same way I'm going to show it to you like this. JVM will execute the first statement. What is the first statement there? Connection is established. Mind blowing. What is the next statement? Scanner. There is no problem with the scanner also. There is no problem. Next, enter the number 1 is getting executed. You can notice there. If I save it and execute it, you can notice there. Enter the number 1. It is asking like this. Good. Now, you are giving one number, maybe 100, like this. If in case you hit enter like this, means it is scanning that 10 and storing it inside a variable A, and it is asking for the enter the number 2. Now I want to give the number 2 as a 10, like this. I want to ask you this. Whatever the data you have given, 110, is it right input or faulty input? What do you think? It's a right input. It wants an integer, you are giving an integer. It's a right input. Brilliant. Enter the number 2, 10. If I hit enter, this 10 will come and sit inside where? B. It will go to the next statement. What is A? 100. What is B? 10. 100 by 10 is how much? 10. Where you are putting it in? C. You are printing C. What is the C? 10. Connection is getting terminated if I hit enter now. Really, sir? What's this? If in case I hit enter, all the lines here are executing properly and your program has terminated. And how it is terminated, if you ask me, there is nothing unusual event happened in your software. And that is why I tell terminated normally. And that is why you are getting the output as connection terminated. A built connection, you have used this software, connection is terminated. This is a normal termination. Sensing this much. Great. Why there is a normal termination here? Why? Because whatever the inputs you have supplied to your software, all inputs were not faulty. They were right. They were correct. If you are giving the correct input, then 100% there will be a normal termination. And that is what happened now. Sensing this much. Is there any doubt in this? No doubt. Great. Sir, this we also know, sir. But I want to see how an exception will occur. I will tell you. Please call them. Okay, great. So now, let us see whatever the program we are seeing it now. What kind of an exception will occur? We will see. Are you guys ready? What's this? So let me create, or I have created one program already. What is that if you ask me? Let me show it to you this way. This is my Java program. Brilliant. So this fellow, I'll just take him and put him here. Outstanding. And all the lines you have, and totally you have 9 lines. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So now my JVM will start executing it now. How is that? Line number 1. Connection is established. Means the first statement is executed properly. That is why connection established. It went for the next statement. Scanner. Very good. Proper. After that, enter the number 1 it is telling. What's this now? I will tell it as 100. If I hit enter, is 100 is a proper input or faulty input? It's a proper input. Wait for some time. 100 is a faulty input or proper input? It's a proper input. So now, if in case I hit enter, 100%, your 100 is scanning properly and is going for the next statement. What is that? Enter the number 2. Now you tell me. Enter the number 2, I will tell it as 0, like this. Now my question to you is it faulty or proper input? Now you will only ask me, sir, 0 is an integer. It might be a proper one. What's this? Enter the number 2, this statement, 0. This fellow will scan it. Where is putting it in? B. Come to this statement. What is the value of A? 100. What is the value of B? 0. 100 by 0. What is the result in maths? Infinity. But your Java don't have something known as infinity. It will always give a proper input. There is no infinite value in Java. Okay, sir. Then what it will do? Java thinks that there is something happened here, because Java will never divide a number by 0. This is an unusual event happened in your software. Means immediately your Java will do something now, because unusual event happened here, because you are dividing a number by 0. What it will do now, sir, I will tell you. Please give me a sheet of paper, please. Pen as well. Thank you. Okay. So, what your Java will do is, in this line, it's an unusual event. Java will create one report. One report it will create. How it will create a report, sir, if you ask me? It will tell that, hey, there is an unusual event. Unusual event means this is an exception, it will tell. And it will tell that why this exception happened. Why this exception is happening here? It's because of an unusual event. What is this unusual event? The unusual event is you are dividing it by what? 0. Because of that, this unusual event happened. And it will properly tell what kind of an exception is this. It will tell that this is an arithmetic exception. Now you'll ask me, why is this arithmetic exception, sir? Why? Because there is a division. Where this division will come? Maths. In which sub-concept of maths? In arithmetic. That is arithmetic exception. It will not stop here also. It will tell that where this exception happened. In which package? It will tell that in package 1, this exception happened. In package 1 where? In launch. In launch where? In main, this exception happened. In which line also it will tell. Which line? In the line number 15, this exception happened. That is what it will tell. One report it will create. After creating this report, what it will do is, this report, it will convert to an object like this. One object, it will create it here. And immediately, this object will come out of the program and it will go to one software in Java. Which is that software, sir, if you ask me? That software, I call it as runtime system. Who is he? Runtime system. This object will go to runtime system. Here is the runtime system. It will come here. This runtime system will take this object and it will go to the same program to check for try and catch. To check for what? Try and catch. So we call it as UDEH. We call it as what? UDEH, known as user defined exception handler. That is try and catch. Now you open your eyes and tell me, do you have try and catch here? No. See, sir, try and catch, how you are telling, sir? TRY is there? No. CATCH is there? No. No means it will take this object back to him now. And what it will do, sir? This RTS will take this object and give it to one person. Who is that person, sir, if you ask me? There is one person and his name is DEH. Who is this another guy, sir? His name is default exception handler. Who is he? Default exception handler. This object, it will go to him now. Really, sir? What's this? This object, it will go to him, it will go to him, it will go to him, and he will catch it now. Really, sir? Like this, he will catch it. Think that he is the DH. Catch it. He'll catch it. When he catches it, he will read it. Who will read it? DH. Come here. Please come on the stage. Who is he? What's your name, my friend? Ajay. Don't tell it as Ajay, tell him as DEH. Great. Now, you're the DH. You're opening it. Open it. He's opening it. DH is opening. And you will read the message. Read it.
The exception, arithmetic.
Properly you should read it.
The exception stands by 0. Arithmetic expression type is launch new Java.
That is what? Who is reading? DH is reading, and that is what is getting displayed on my monitor screen. Really, sir? Thank you so much. Please sit. Okay. So really all of this will happen, sir. Let us see. If in case I hit enter, my dear students, you can notice there, it is telling that there is an exception in thread. What is thread? In multi-threading you will understand. Look at him. What kind of an exception? Arithmetic exception. Why? You are dividing it by 0. Where? In package 1. Which class? Launch. Which method? Main. What is the line? 15. That is what your Java is telling. That is your default exception handler is telling. So now you want to see where this happened means you take this cursor and click on number 15 and it is telling you where that unusual event occurred there. Sensing this much, and whatever happened to my program is what? Tell me here, is connection established or terminated? Connection is established, but is it terminated? No. If it is not terminated, there is no normal termination. Then what kind of a termination is this? This is an abrupt termination or abnormal termination, and this happened. It is because of what? An unusual event. And what is that unusual event will rise to? An exception. Because of this unusual event, there was an exception. It is because of the exception you are getting that abnormal termination. And this unusual event is occurring because of what? Because of you giving what? 0. What is the 0? It's a faulty input. Sensing this much. Is there any doubt in this? Brilliant. So now let us see how it will work with the help of my software, or with the help of my diagram. I want to explain to you what's this. But before that, I want to explain this once again. Please watch this. Okay, now connection established. Enter the number 1. You're scanning. Enter the number 2. Let me do all of this now once again. If in case I save it and execute it, you can notice enter the number 100. I will hit enter. Okay, let me re-execute it. Enter the number 100. I will hit enter. Enter the number 2, 0. This 0, you're scanning it. Where you're putting it in? Inside B. What is A? 100. What is B? 0. 100 by 0. You cannot do it. This is an unusual event. So what Java will do is, unusual event means it's an exception here. Immediately, it will create one report telling that there is an exception, what kind of an exception, why this exception happened, where this exception happened, all this report it will create. And after creating this report is converted to an object like this. One object is created. Immediately this object will come out, and where it will go, sir, if you ask me, it will go to whom? Runtime system. And this runtime system will go to the same program and check for try and catch. Do you have try? No. Do you have catch? No. Means you don't have UDEH. Immediately it will take this object back, and this RTS will take this object and give it to this another software in Java. And this fellow will catch this object. When he catches it, he reads the message, whatever is there inside this object. When he reads it, that is what is getting displayed on your monitor screen in this fashion. Sensing this much? Brilliant. If I have to show this using here, what's this? 100% in the line number 15. So in the line number 15, maybe here, there is an exception happening. This is the exception. If when this exception happens, immediately this exception will come out. And where it will go, sir? It will go to runtime system. And this object will again come back to my program to check for try and catch. Do you have any try and catch here? No. Means again it will take this object back, and this object, it will take it and give it to one person here. Who is he, sir? If you ask me, he is a default exception handler. To him he will give. And this will lead to what? An abnormal or an abrupt termination, and that is very dangerous to your program. Got this, all of you? Any doubt in this? No doubt. Call them. Just drag it now. Okay, so this is all about your exception and how it is occurring in your program. Very good. Now think and tell me, is abnormal or abrupt termination is good for your software? What do you think? Is it good? Absolutely no. You just imagine you are creating one software to this world, and every time the world is using your software, it is telling that A, not responding, not responding, not responding, not responding. What they will do? They will uninstall your application. If they are uninstalling, no one is using your application. If no one is using your application, how will you get a revenue? You will not get it. And that is why getting an exception in your software, that is very, very dangerous for your software as well as your company. And that is why, as a software developer, you should be able to handle this exception object. You should handle it. When you handle it, there will be an exception, but there will be no abrupt termination. See, exception we cannot stop, but we can stop the program from terminating abruptly. Means what I should do is, as a developer, you should handle this object. Which object is this? Exception object. You should handle it so that it should not lead to a program as an abrupt terminated program. And that is why we have a concept in Java. Which concept is that, sir? If you ask me, this is known as exception handling. What is that? Exception handling. What is the meaning of this? You have two words there. Number one, it's an exception. Number two, it is an handling. Means whatever the exception is happening in your program, this exception, you are handling it so that there is no termination of your program abruptly. Sensing this much? Brilliant. So now you'll ask me, how to handle this exception, sir. Before I go and tell you this, how you define what is an exception, how you define. In interviews, they will ask you, how you define exception, what answer you will give. What is that? It's an unusual event occurring in your software. It's because of what? Because of faulty inputs. Next, what you will do? What you will tell? This will lead to an abrupt termination of your program, which is very dangerous. That is what you should tell. Sensing this much. How you define exception? An unusual event in your software. Next. Because of faulty input, which will lead to abrupt termination or abnormal termination of your software, which is very dangerous. If you want to add this very dangerous, you can add. If you don't want to add, that is also fine. Got this? Brilliant. So now you got to know what is an exception, and it's our responsibility as the software developers to make sure that this exception is happening, but then also my program should not terminate abruptly. How you will do it, sir? Buckle up and watch this. What I will do now is, I should handle the exception. If you have to handle the exception, then you have to tell, try and catch blocks in your program. What you should give? Try and catch blocks you should give in your program. So now you'll ask me, what is this try and catch block? Let us understand what do you mean by block first. What do you mean by block? You open the curly brace and you close the curly brace. Whatever the statements you tell it here, this is known as a block. I'll come here above and put it as static. What kind of a block is this? This is static block. I'll just remove this. What kind of a block is this? Instance block. So now what I will do, I'll come here and I will add 3-letter beautiful word, and it is not a job, it is a try, like this. Now tell me, my dear students, what kind of a block is this? This is a try block, like this. You remove this try and you give their catch. What kind of a block is this? This is a catch block. Like this, there is another block also, known as finally block. You tell that finally it's a finally block. You remove this. Like this, there is one person known as synchronized, and that is why he is known as synchronized block. All of this you forget. Now you please come to two very important blocks. Who are those? Try and catch. I have to use both of them in my program now. How you will do it, sir? Buckle up and watch this. Let us start from here. First, I should give try. Try I should give in my program now. Now you'll ask me, how should I give try in my program? Watch this. What you should do is, you should go on analyzing the program line by line. You should go on analyzing. And you should understand where there is a probability of getting an exception. That you should analyze. How is that? Watch it. Here exception will occur? No. No means you should not put him within try block. Come to this. Exception may occur. See, you guys know that only exception will occur here. But in the next coming days, I will show you that this person will also lead to an exception. But at this point of time, just understand that this fellow, there is a probability, it's not sure 100%, but it may occur in this line also. Very good. Enter the number 1. No exception here. Come here. Exception might occur here also. How is that? I will tell you. Next int. What it wants? Integer. You give their string. If you are giving their string, this fellow will not scan it. It will tell whatever you are giving is a faulty input. Means here also an exception might occur. Good. Here, no exception. Here, exception may occur. What about here? 100% yes. What about here? No. What about here? No. So what I will do is, I will not take any chance. Like, only 1, 2, 3, 4, I'll put it inside the try. I'll not take any chance. Instead, what I will do, from line number 10 till line number 16, I will take all of these statements and put it inside a try. I'll put it. Oh, really, sir? What's this? I'll come here and from line number 10 to line number 16, these lines, I am calling it as a risky code. What code? Risky. Why risky? Probability of exception might occur. That is why I am calling it as a risky code. This risky code, let me take it. I have taken it. I am putting it inside one block. Which block? Try block, like this. After that, I am putting it inside catch block, like this. First, let me speak about try. Try, all of you understood what you did? Risky code. I took it, put it inside try. Again, some students might be thinking that, sir, you only told here exception will not occur. Then why are you putting it inside try? See, my dear students, if you have to remove this, then what you should do? One statement, try. Again, next statement you take, another try you should create. Next statement you take, another try you should create. So that will become the software more complicated. So that is why all the statements I took it, put it inside the try, like this. Got this, all of you? Great. When you put it inside a try, you can notice there is an error. Why, sir? Why? Because there is a Laila. But for Laila, she need Majnu also. Who is the Majnu for Laila, sir? Catch is the Majnu for Laila. If Majnu is not there, 100% she will not be happy. If she is not happy, she will tell, I can't work, I'll just sleep. That is what she is telling. Okay, sir. What we will do then? Bring the Majnu. That's it. Who is the Majnu, sir? Watch it. That is catch, I will tell. You open the simple bracket, close the simple bracket, you hit it like this. Catch, you should tell it in this way. Very good. Now tell me, this fellow is like a fielder. This fellow is what? He's like a fielder who will catch something. What he will catch? Will he catch plastic ball? Will he catch tennis ball, leather ball, football, volleyball? Then what will he catch? He is there to catch one exception. That you should tell it here. Hey, you are there to catch an exception. How you should tell, sir? Catch, open the bracket, inside this bracket, you should tell exception, like this. Like this. Simply don't tell exception, you give there one variable, that is E, like this. Okay, sir. Next one. I'll come here and inside this one statement I want to tell. System.out.println, I will tell it as give non-zero denominator, like this. One message I am telling there. What message you want, you can give. You can notice there, this is how you should give try and catch. That is your UDEH. Got this, all of you. So now let me see how he will execute line by line. What's this? So I will save this and execute it. You can notice there, enter the number 1. Let me get this fellow now. Brilliant. I will eliminate all of this. Great. Awesome. What's this? Enter the number 1. You can notice connection established. No problem. This line executed properly. It went again. Scanner object created properly. No problem. Come here. What is this? Enter the number 1. That is what I am showing. Means this line also is executing properly. No problem. No unusual event till now. Enter the number 1 means, let me give a number 1 there as 100, like this. When I hit enter, this 100 will be scanned and where it will be given inside? Inside A. Awesome. This line also proper execution. Come to the next statement. Enter the number 2. No problem here also. Means now I will give my data as 10, like this. If I hit enter, where this 10 will go? 10 will come and sit here, which is B. After that it will come here. What is A? 100. What is B? 10. 100 by 10. Is it an exception or not? This is not an exception because there is no unusual event here. Why there is no unusual event? We are not dividing it by 0. Am I correct? Great. So now, here also no problem. You'll get a result actually here as 10. You're printing 10. Means all the statements executed properly. Means there is no exception. If there is no exception, catch block will not execute. Then what will happen, sir? It will come here. It will bypass this catch block and it will come here. What is this? Connection will get terminated. Sensing this much. Really, sir? What's this? If in case I hit enter, you can notice there 10 is the output and connection terminated. This is a normal termination. Now you watch this. I will save this and I will execute it. Enter the number 1, 100. Hit enter. Enter the number 2, 0. So this 0, you're scanning it and where you're putting it in? Inside B. Come here. What is A? 100. What is B? 0. 100 by 0. What is this? Unusual event. Unusual event means this is an exception. What it will do now, sir, if you ask me, you know the story. It will create one report now like this. What it will create, sir? It will tell, hey, it's an unusual event. Means this is an exception. Why it occurred? You're dividing it by 0. What kind of an exception is this? Where this exception is occurring. This report, it will create it here in this line number 15. After creating this report, it will create an object like this. After creating an object, where it will take it to? It will take it to runtime system. This runtime system will take the same object and come to the same program, especially to the same method only it will come. Main method will occur, right? It occurred, right? In the main method it will come and check for try and catch. Do you have try? Yes. Do you have catch? Yes. Means you have UDEH. That is user defined exception handler. What is the meaning of this? He is an exception handler. It will handle the exception. But who has given this? You. You means what? User. I have defined it. That is the meaning. Brilliant. So this exception object will go, will go, will go. Who will catch it? This fellow will catch it. He will catch it. After catching it, what he will do, sir? He will keep it in his pocket like this. Simple. Next, what it will do, sir? Now the catch block is getting executed. What is this? Give non-zero denominator. And after that, all the lines inside or outside the catch block also will get executed. What is this? Connection terminated and it will come out like that. Sensing this much. Awesome. Let me show you the same thing here also now. What's this? You have the UDEH, that UDH. I am telling it like this. UDH is here. Good. So now 100% in this line, there is something happened, unusual event, which has led to what? An exception, and that I am showing it to you like this. So when this exception occurred, immediately it will come out. And where it will go? It will go to the RTS. And this runtime system will come to the same software to check for UDH. Do you have UDH? Yes, it is having UDH means this UDH will catch this exception object like this. When he catches it, all the statements under this UDH will execute and now your program is terminating. And how it is terminating? Normally, not abruptly. If it is going into DH, then it is an abrupt termination. Is it going to DH? No, it's a normal termination. Sensing this much. Brilliant. Now you watch this. Is this really happen, sir? Whatever you are telling, let us see. If in case I hit enter, you can notice there, give non-zero denominator and connection is getting terminated, and that is what you are getting there. Look. Sensing this much. Is there any doubt in this? No doubt. Brilliant. What's this? Now you should tell me, is it a normal termination or abnormal termination? This is a normal termination. Why? Because you have handled the exception. Using what? User defined exception handler. Means what? Try and catch. Using it, you have handled the exception. Means there is no problem to your software even though there is an exception. Sensing this much. Brilliant. What's this? Tell me. This line executed? Executed. This line executed? Executed. This line? Yes. 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 What about this? No. Why no? Faulty input. Great. But why this statement did not execute it? See there? Print C. You are not getting any value for C. Directly you are getting the output of this fellow. What is happening there? What's this? What is there in my pocket? Great. See, here an exception is happening. Am I correct? Think and tell me, when this exception happens here, what it will do? What Java will do? It will come out. Am I correct? Where it is coming out? From this line only. It is coming out. It is coming out. Where it is reaching? It is reaching here. Now what runtime system will do? It will check for UDEH. Do you have UDEH? Yes. Means directly this object is reaching whom? Catch. Means this line is getting bypassed. Sensing this much. Or in other words, the statements under where the exception happened will not execute. Instead, directly it will go to the catch statement or catch block. Sensing this much. Any doubt in this? No doubt. Great. So now slowly you're getting to know that what is an exception and how it will occur in your program and how I should handle it. Slowly you're getting. Let us dive deeper into this exception now. What's this? What I will do? All of these lines, I will eliminate it. Let me bring this in this fashion. Brilliant. Let me increase the size of them. Awesome. What I want to do is, I want to create an array now. What I want to do? I want to create an array. How will you create an array, sir? I hope all of you know what is the syntax. I want to create an array. Arrays are objects. You should tell new. I want to store integer. Int you should tell. You should tell the size there. But that size, I don't want to hard code it. Instead, I want to get it from the user. So that is why I'm putting it there, n. What is that n? N is the size, and that size you should get it from the user. How will you do it, sir? What's this? I'll come here and I will tell it as system.out.println. Within double quotes, I will tell it as enter the size of an array like this. Good. Now you watch this. I will hit enter now. Enter the size of an array. When you see the message here, you want to give the size as 5. Means your program should scan. For scan, you need a scanner, but scanner is not there. So what I will do, I'll come here and I will create a scanner object there. New scanner. After this, I will tell it as system.in. Brilliant. So for him, I will give the reference as scan. Awesome. And what type it is, you should tell. What type it is? Scanner, like this. Great. So this fellow, I'll keep him ready before I ask something. So I'm putting it here. Where you want to put, here you are putting, here you are putting, it will work properly. But for proper readability, I'm putting it there. Good. You guys already know that whenever your program will start executing, first and foremost thing, connection should be established. So I will tell it as connection. Connection what? Established, like this. Connection established, scanner is ready, enter the size of an array. So now you will give the size as 5, and what you should do? You should scan it. So I will scan it and put it inside. Scan.size should be an integer, so I will tell size scan.nextInt. I will take it and I'll put it inside a variable that is n. What type it is? It is an integer, like this. Brilliant. Next what, sir, if you ask me, I will tell here this n and this n, which is the size where I'm giving it in, I'm giving it here. Means my array is ready now. So to this array, what I should do? I should give a reference that is ARR. And what is this ARR you should tell? ARR is referring to a one-dimensional array of integers, like this. I hope all of you can understand all the statements here. Anyone is having problem in any of these lines? No, right? Quite a simple one. Watch this. What I will do after this, system.out.println, within double quotes, I will tell it as array created. Means, if this line is getting executed properly, 100% this line will also execute. If something happens here, this line will not execute. So that is why I am telling one statement there known as what? Array created. So after array creation, I will tell one statement there. What statement, sir? System.out.println, within double quotes, I will tell it as connection. Connection what, sir? Terminated. So this is the statement. And this is my program. And let us see how it will work. If in case I save it and execute it, you can notice there, enter the size of an array. Means, first line, properly execution. Scanner, properly execution. Enter the size of an array. This also properly executed. Let me give the size as 5 there. This is 5. And this 5, you are taking it and putting it inside where? Inside n. N will be having 5. Next line will execute. Means now new int 5. Means an array is created of size how much? 5. And after that for him, you have given a reference ARR. I hope you can imagine and visualize. The programming classes are over, right? Yes. Great. After this, array created and connection is getting terminated. This is what happens. What's this? If in case I hit enter, you can notice array created, connection terminated. Means there is absolutely no problem with your program. No problem, no unusual event. No unusual event, no exception. No exception, no abrupt termination or abnormal termination. Got this out of you. Great. Means now what you did is, you created one program, and this program 100% have all these lines. Which are those lines, sir? These are the lines, and 100% all of them executed properly. Means this is a normal termination. Very good. Why? Because it did not went to default exception handler, and there is no work for runtime system also, and your JVM is damn happy. Awesome, sir. Next what? Now, let me re-execute this and see how he will work now if I'm giving the input this way. If in case I execute it, enter the size of an array, and I will give the size of an array as -5 like this. -5 I will give. If I hit enter, -5 is scanned, and where you are putting it in? Inside n. Now tell me, is there any unusual event here? No. Integer it is scanning, -5 is an integer. No problem here. It will come here. New int. What is n? -5. Think and tell me, can array size be negative? Negative array size means you imagine how your array looks like. Or in other words, array size cannot be negative, and that is what Java will tell now here. So this is an unusual event. I cannot do it in Java. If it cannot do it in Java, 100% it will create one report here. One report it will create like this. What report it will create, sir? It will tell that this is an exception. And why this exception is occurring here? Because you are giving -5 as the input. That is why. Now it will tell what kind of an exception is this specifically. Previously, what kind of an exception was that? Arithmetic, because division was there. Division belongs to arithmetic, that is why. Come here, in this case, arithmetic exception it will not give. Instead, it will tell it is a negative array size exception. See here, negative, -5. Array size you are giving, that is why. And it will tell in which package it occurred, in which class, which method, and which line also. And after that, it will create this report into an object like this. And this, it will come out. And where it will come? It will reach this guy. Who is he? Runtime system. Runtime system will go and to the same program and chuck for UDH. Now tell me, this program means this fellow. UDH do you have? Try and catch do you have? No. Try and catch you don't have means it will take this object back. And to whom it will give? Very good. So it will give it to one person, and that person is what? Default exception handler. Means this object it is thrown to him, this fellow will 100% open this report and he will read it. When he read it, that is when we will get the output in this way. If I hit enter, you can notice it's an exception. Now, what kind of an exception is this? Negative array size exception. Why it occurred? You give -5. In which package, which class, which method, in which line also it is telling you. And you want to know in which line this occurred, you take this and click on this. You will get to know in which line it occurred there. Understanding this much. Great. Tell me, is it an exception or not? Exception, which will lead to an abrupt termination or abnormal termination, which is very dangerous for your software. Got this, all of you? Great. If I have to show you using this, what's this? 100%. There is an exception object is getting created in one of these lines. Immediately this object will come out and it will be going to runtime system. Runtime system will go to the same program and check for UDH. Do you have UDH? No. No means it will take this object back, and this object, it will be given to where? Default exception handler, and that is when it is getting terminated. Sensing this much. Great. Now tell me, you should leave your software to happen this way? No. Then what you should do? You should handle the exception so that there is no abrupt, there is no abnormal termination. If I have to handle this exception, you have to use two people. Who are those? Try and catch. Forget about Majnu. Laila, how you will tell? Very simple. I should put a try inside this. How to tell try? You should go on analyzing the risky code. You should see, is there any risk here? No. Risk here? Yes. Risk here? No. Risk here? Yes. Risk here? Yes. Means what should I do is, I should take all these statements and I have to put it inside the try. So I will not take any risk. I will take from here to here and put it inside try. Sensing this much. Really, sir? What's this? What I will do is, I will take from line number 10 to line number maybe 14. These lines I'll just cut them and put them inside try block like this. This is my try and I'm putting it there. But 100%, who is unhappy? Laila is unhappy. Why? Majnu is not there. That is why. So Majnu you should compulsorily tell. How you will tell, sir? Very simple. You should tell catch. Tell me what is catching? An exception. Brilliant. So for that, you give one variable there, E. And you give the message system.out.println. What message, sir? Be positive, like this. One message I'm giving. Negative array size you are giving, right? Be positive, I'm telling. Okay, sir. Will this program work properly? Let us see. I will save this. I will execute it. When I'm executing it, enter the size of an array. Means still here, no problem. I will give the size of an array as 5, like this. Faulty input or proper input? Proper input means 5. You are taking it and putting it inside n. Come here, new int 5, no negative array. It is a positive array. It is proper. If it is proper, array created. Means all the statements inside the try has executed properly. Means catch will never execute. Then what will happen, sir? Catch will bypassed and this connection terminated. I will get it. Really, sir? What's this? If in case I hit enter, 5 is the proper input, array created, connection terminated. Now, even though there is a try and catch, you are giving what? A proper input. So now, let me re-execute this and see how it will work. Enter the size of an array, -5. I'll hit enter. -5 inside here. -5 comes and sits here. This is a negative array size. If it is negative array size means 100%. There is an exception. One report is created and this report object is also getting created like this. When object is getting created, it will come out. Where it will go? It will go to this guy. Who is he? Runtime system. Runtime system will take this object and come to the same program. Do you have UDH? That is try and catch you have. Try and catch you have means it will go to the catch and this fellow will catch it and keep it in his pocket. And whatever is there inside the catch all of them will execute, and under the catch also it will get executed. Really, sir? What's this? If in case I hit enter there, you can notice B positive connection terminated. What happened in this program now? Very simple. You had a UDH in your program. You had UDH. Brilliant. And what happened is, there was an exception which got created. And this exception immediately come out to the runtime system. And it will see for UDH. Do you have UDH? Yes. Yes means it will be caught by UDH like this. Really, sir? What's this? If in case, yeah, that is what I have told. Be positive and connection is terminated. Got this, all of you? Great. Now you watch this. I'll close this console now. This try I will remove. This catch also I will remove. Brilliant. So this is my program. Awesome. What I'm doing in this program? Creating an array of size how much? Of the required size you should tell, because 5 I haven't given yet. Good. Now this is what I want. At this point of time, you assume that you have created one array and I will give the size as 5. You assume it that way. Means now one array is created with size 5 like this, and all of these are the indexes what it will be creating, and it will be having the reference also as what? ARR. Good. My array is ready. Now what I want to do is, I want to store one data inside this array. One data. Only one, not all the data. Only one data I want to store. How you will do it in your program now? Yeah. First and foremost thing, this array is created now. You are given a size 5, array is created. What's this? Now, say for example, a data is there, that data is 100. This 100, I have to take it and put it in any of these indexes I have to put it. Means now I want 100. This 100, you should not hard code. You should get it from the user now, that 100. How you will do it, sir? What's this? I will tell system.out.println after array creation. I will ask, enter the data to be inserted. What data you want to insert? You please give me your asking. So now looking at this, you will take it. How you will take it? You should scan it. Scan.nextInt like this. And I am taking it and you are putting it inside one variable. What is that variable? Data. And you have given integer as the data, and that is what you are telling there. Means whatever the 100 you have given, this 100 you are putting it inside one variable. Which variable? Data. Means this 100 came and sat here inside this data. Now you have this 100. Now this 100, you should take it and put it inside any of these indexes. Not wherever you want. Any one of these indexes. But that index, where you want to store this data, that index, you should get it from the user now. Sensing what I'm trying to tell? Yes or no? Great. How you will do it, sir? What's this? After getting the data, my data is ready, my array is ready. I'm asking the user that, hey, you please tell me in which index you want to take this 100 and store it in. I will ask him now. How is that, sir, if you ask me? I will tell system.out.println. Within double quotes, I will tell it as, enter the index where data to be inserted, like this. Awesome. Now, I will give an index. What you should do? You should scan it. So how I should scan it, sir? I will tell scan dot. I will tell it as a next int, and I will store it inside a variable. Which variable, sir? That variable is index. And what type it is, sir? If you ask me, it is an integer. So maybe I will enter the index as 4 like this. This 4 will come and sit inside where? Index like this. Now what you have? You have an array, you have the data, you have the index. Wherever this index is there, you take this data and put it. How is that, sir? What you have entered index as 4. In the fourth index, this 100 should come and it should sit here. That is the meaning of this program. Got this what I'm trying to tell each one of you? Great. The programming classes are over, right? What is there in this program then? What's this? I'll come here and what I will do, this 100, where is this 100 present in? Data. Good. Data. This data, I will take it and you should put it inside the index 4. But where is this index 4? Inside an array. What is the reference for an array? ARR. So ARR. Where is this 4 present in? Inside index. Very good. So inside this index, I want to store the data. Sensing this much? Is there any doubt? If I have to explain this, what's this? What is my ultimate aim? I want to create an array. Next, what you should do? You need a data and you should store it in one particular index of an array. See, all of this step by step. First, you should write it in a book. I don't know how you guys are practicing every day. Your book is damn important. Simply with the laptop coding, not getting, staring at like this for 4 hours. Nothing you will get it. With the help of your book, step number 1, what I should do? Oh, this is what should I do? Code it. Step number 2, what should I do? Oh, this is what I should do? Do it. And that is why in industry also there is one very important subject is there, known as what? Algorithms. What is algorithms? Algorithms means a step-by-step procedure to solve a problem. If you look at data structures, actually speaking, data structures is separate, algorithms is separate. But both of them never learnt as a separate subjects, but instead they learnt in a together. And that is why we call it as what? Data structures and algorithms. And that is why when you go for a top-notch companies also like Google, Amazon and all of this, not only data structures, they'll ask you questions on algorithms also. What is algorithm? Step-by-step procedure to solve a problem. Any software, whether it is programming classes, whether it's Java classes, whether it's MySQL or frontend, you should always go with the step-by-step procedure to achieve the solution for a problem. Simply coding, not getting, shut the laptop, go. That will not work. Make sure you do step by step. Got this? Great. Tell me, what is the solution? What is the problem here? First of all, I have to create an array. I should take the data and store it inside an array. This is what I want. How you are going to do it, sir? First, I need an array. And that array, size I want to take it from the user. That is what I did. I took the size and I've created an array. Array is created. Array is ready. Next, what do you need? You need a data. And this data you should not give. You should take it from the user. That is what I asked. Enter the data. That I took it and put it inside the data. What you have now? You have an array, you have the data. But which index you want to store? That index also you want, right? You should not tell ARR of 1, 0, 2, 3 because you should not give this index. You should get it from the user. That is what I did. Enter the index. I have stored it inside index. Means now you have an array, you have the data, and in which index you want to store, that also you have. If you have all of this, that is what I did. Sensing this much. So now let us see how this will work. What's this? I'll save this and execute it. You can notice, enter the size of an array. Enter the size of an array. I will give it as 5. I will hit enter. Array created. Enter the data to be inserted. 100. I will hit enter. Enter the index where data to be inserted. I will give it as 4. I will hit enter and you can notice their connection terminated. Means all of the lines has executed properly. That is the meaning. But now one extra statement let me add. After me giving the data, I want to print that data now. I will print system.out.println ARR of index you should tell like this. The data I am printing there. What is the index you have given? 4. ARR of 4, you're putting it inside print statement. Means you will get the data there. Sensing what I'm trying to tell? Let me execute this and show you. I'll save this and execute it. Enter the size of an array, 5, array created. Enter the data to be inserted, 100. Enter the index where data to be inserted, maybe 4. If I hit enter, that 100 is stored inside ARR of 4 and connection is getting terminated. Got this? Great. Is this normal termination or abnormal termination? It's a normal termination. Let me play with this code now. What's this? I'll close this console. I will save this and I will execute it. Enter the size of an array, 5. Hit enter. Enter the data to be inserted. Maybe I will give it as 100 like this. I will hit enter like this. Enter the index where data to be inserted. I have to give the index now. How you will give it? What's this? What data you are given there? 100 is the data you given. What is the size of an array you have given there? 5 means my array is ready, but you haven't stored any data inside this. So I'll just remove this. This is gone. Great. What's this? What is the size of an array now? 5. Till how many indexes you have? 4. What I will do is, enter the index where data to be inserted. I will give it as 6 like this. What is that? 6. Means you are telling that in the 6th index, you please store the data inside an array. That is the meaning. Do you have the 6th index here? No. You watch this now. So this 6, if I hit enter, you are scanning it. And where you are putting it in? Inside index. Means inside index, 6 will come and sit. Means enter the index, 6 you have given and it is came inside index. That is 6. Now, what is data? 100. ARR of, what is the index? 6. ARR of 6, you want that 100. ARR, you go, where is 6 here? No. Means here, there is an unusual event is happening there. If it is an unusual event happened, 100%, there will be something. It's there in the pocket only. Good. 100%, there is an unusual event occurred here. If it is occurred here, 100% it will create one report. What report it will create, sir? It's an exception like this. Why it is an exception? You are going out of bounds. Your bound is what? From 0 to 4. That is the bound. But what you are doing here? You are giving 6. You are going out of the bound. That is why this exception is happening. Very good. Not only that, it will tell you that what kind of an exception is this? Are you going out of bounds? Yes. Where you are going out of bounds? Array. So that is why it will tell this is array index out of bounds exception it will tell. In which package, which class, which method, which line. This report it will create and this report is converted to an object like this. And this object immediately it will go. Where it will go? To the runtime system. This runtime system will go and check for UDH. Do you have UDH? No. No means where it will go. Very good. Again it will come back and it will go to whom? Default exception handler. When he reads it, that is when I will get some output there. Really, sir? What's this? I'll come here and if in case I hit enter, you can notice there. What is this? This is array index out of bounds exception, and it is telling what is or why this exception is happening there, and it is also telling in which package, in which class, in which method also. Sensing this much. Any doubt in this? No doubt. Brilliant. I'll close this console now, and whatever happened, let me show it to you using him. How is that, sir? Watch it. Great. So there are some lines here. I'm just showing these lines. 100% there is an exception here. That exception I'm showing it to you like this. So this exception occurred in your program immediately. Runtime system, come and check for UDH. You don't have, go back again and give it to whom? The default exception handler, and that is what I'm showing it to you. Very good. So now what you should do? Is it a normal termination or abrupt termination? This is abrupt termination. Why? You have given a faulty input, that is why. Faulty input will lead to what? An exception. Very good. What you should do then? You should handle it. Handle it means what? Try and catch you should give. How will you try and catch, sir? Very simple. First, try. How will you try? Risky code you should tell there. What is the risky code? What's this? From here till here, all of them are the risky code because I will not take any risk. Connection established, connection terminated. Leaving that all of the lines are risky code is what a developer is thinking because no risk at all. Because something and all happens, abruptly it will terminate. That is why. So what I will do, these statements, I'll just copy them from line number 11 till line number 21. I will just copy them or cut them and put them inside a block. Which block? Try block. Brilliant. I'll come here and I will tell it as catch. What do you want to catch, sir? An exception like this. And here, within the bracket, I will tell it as system.out.println and I will tell it as some problem like this. That is one message. What message you want, you can give. Very good, sir. Next what? How it will work? Can you please explain? Why not? I will save this and execute it. It is asking enter the size of an array. I will give it as 5 there, like this. I will hit enter. When I hit enter, array is created of size 5. Enter the data to be inserted 100. I will hit enter. This 100 is coming and sitting here. Brilliant. So now enter the index where data to be inserted 6. I will tell 6 will come and sit inside the index. Next what, sir? If in case you hit enter 100%, you are telling it something there. Where, sir? Or what, sir? Data. What is that? 100. Where you are putting it in? ARR of 6, which does not exist. And that is why when exception is getting created, immediately it will come out. Where it will come out? Yes, runtime system. It will go and see for UDH in the same program. Do you have UDH? Yes. Yes means this fellow will catch it. When he catches it, he will keep it in his pocket like this. And all the statements under this will execute. Really, sir? What's this? If in case I hit enter there, you can notice some problem and connection terminated. Got this, all of you? Any doubt in this? No doubt. Brilliant. What's this now? So this one, I hope you can understand this. Let me proceed with the next program. Think that this is your program. I'll save this and execute it. But before that, try and catch. I will not give. Good. This is my program. How this program is looking like, you can notice there, connection established. Good. Connection established, enter the size of an array, the same program only. I'll save this and execute it. When you do that, enter the size of an array 5. 40 input? 40 input? No. I'll hit enter. Enter the data to be inserted. What's this? What I will do? I'll give their tap like this. That is the data I want to insert. Good. What's this? Can you please tell me? This tab, who will scan it? Enter the data means that fellow. After that, this fellow is scanning that tab. To scan a string, 2 options you have. What is that? Next and next line. But how you are scanning here? Next int means tab. How can you scan using a next int? Means it will tell that this is not possible. If this is not possible here, there is a problem. If there is a problem here, means there is an exception here. If there is an exception here, 100% it will create a report here. What report it will create here, sir? It will tell that this is an exception. Why this exception occurred? Because you gave their tap, that is why. What kind of an exception also it will tell. What kind of an exception? Is this arithmetic? No. So is this negative array size? No. Is it array index out of bounds? No. Then what it is? So this, it will tell it as input mismatch exception. Means I am scanning integer. You are giving string. Mismatch is there in the input. Input mismatch exception. If input mismatch exception is there, immediately it will create an object of this report and it will give it to one person. Which person? Runtime system. And runtime system will go to the same program and check for UDH. Do you have UDH? Try and catch, do you have? No. No means it will take this object back and it will give it to this guy. Who is he? Default exception handler. He will open this and he will read it. When he reads it, I will get the output now. What's this? If in case I hit enter, you can notice there, it is telling you a lot of exception here. You can notice it is an input mismatch exception. Sir, all of these lines, sir, at this point of time, you will not understand, you forget about it, but what kind of an exception is this? Input mismatch exception. Got this, all of you? Great. So now, is this a normal termination or abrupt termination? Is this normal or abrupt? Abrupt. What you should do then? You should handle using what? Try and catch. Brilliant. How you will do it, sir? First, I should put my try. Means all these lines is the risky code. I will cut it, put it inside the try block like this. I need catch block also. I will hit enter. I want to catch. What you want to catch? An exception. Put a filter there, E. You open this, close it, and you should tell there system.out.println. I will tell it as some problem. Log this. Or maybe I will tell it as handled in catch block. This is a message. What you want to display. What message you want, you can display there. Got this, all of you? Great. Now how he will work? If in case I execute it, enter the size of an array 5. Is it faulty or proper? Hit enter. Enter the data to be inserted. Tap. Is it faulty or proper? This is faulty. If this is faulty, then think and tell me where the exception will get created. In this line. If it is getting created here, immediately it will go. And this all I want to show it to you with the help of my diagram. What's this? Immediately there is an exception which is happening here. And 100% you have UDEH also. And this exception object will immediately go to runtime system. It will go to your same program and check for UDH. Do you have UDH? Yes. Yes means it will be caught by him. If it is caught by him means all the lines under this UDH will execute properly and terminate normally. Really, sir? What's this? If in case I'll come here and hit enter like this, handled in catch, connection is getting terminated. Got this, all of you? Great. But my question to you is, you can notice there, enter the data to be inserted. After that, it did not ask any of these questions. Enter the index. This line did not execute it. Why? Because here itself control went, not here. Here itself control went, and directly where it went? It went here. Means all these lines did not execute it. And that is what the same output is getting displayed there. Sensing this much. Great. So today I've given you just a glimpse of how this exception will occur in your program. And if exception is happening, what is happening to your program? Abrupt termination, and that is very dangerous. You should never ever allow your software to get into that phase. And that is why in Java we have one topic. What is that? Exception handling, which is a part of exception. You have to handle it. How you should handle it? Using try and catch. So try means what? In interviews, if they ask you, what is try? Sir, Laila, sir. Majnu is also required, sir. He is cat, sir. See, all of these examples, I am giving it to you for your understanding. Make yourself understand the concept in a proper way. Laila, Majnu. Laila is not there, sir. Majnu 100% should be there, sir. Let me give Majnu, sir. Don't tell it like that. Got this? Great. So they will tell try and catch. What is this? You should tell try is a block. And we should analyze the risky code. The risky code, you should put it inside the try block. And catch block is there to catch an exception object. Sensing this much. Is there any doubt? No doubt. So some students will ask me that, sir, try I will not give, sir. Only catch I will give, sir. Will it work? Yes or no? Try I will not give. Only catch I will give. Previously, only try you gave. Catch you did not give. Did it work? No. Why? Only Laila was there. Majnu was not there. Now you are telling, only Majnu I will give, sir. Laila I will not give. Let us see how it works. I'll close this console. I'll remove this. Brilliant. I will remove this also. See, Majnu is also crying now. Laila and Majnu, these two people should be there forever, holding their hands no matter what. You cannot detach them. Sensing this much? Brilliant. And that is what I am doing there. Majnu, don't cry. I'll give Laila. Now he's happy. Sensing this much. Any doubt in this? Great. So with this, let me proceed further and give you a more perspective about this. What is runtime system? He is a software. He is an inbuilt software, part of Java. Who is DH? He is also a software who is a part of Java. Now you'll ask me, what you are speaking, sir? Part of software, what is this? First time when you downloaded your Java, from where you downloaded? From Oracle. When you went to Oracle, it did not told you Java. Instead, it told you JDK. Why? Java Development Kit. That I also know. Why that kit, that JDK is there instead of only Java? Let me give an example. What do you mean by a kit? First aid kit. What do you mean by this? It's a collection of so many things. You have a Dettol, you have ointment, you have, a bandage, you have cotton, you have so many things. Collection of these things, we are calling it as a kit. Like that, you have a hockey kit also. Like that, you have a cricket kit also, because collection of so many things. In the same way, JDK, it's a kit, means what? It's a collection of softwares. What are the softwares? Java compiler is one software. JVM is one software. Like that, you have runtime system is another software. JIT, that is just-in-time compiler, is another software. Class loader, which you have seen it in static, it is also another software. Like that, DH, another software. Runtime system, another software. If you go to multi-threading, you'll get another software known as thread scheduler. All of these softwares put together, we call it as a kit. That is why the name Java Development Kit. And in that kit, all the softwares you have it. Sensing this much. Brilliant. So today, you guys understood about, to start with, what is an exception and what this exception will lead to, how to handle it, what is runtime system, what is UDH, what is DH, all of this you got to know. With this, your foundation is so strong. So from tomorrow onwards, we'll get deeper into this. And let us understand that it's not only one try and one catch, one try and multiple catch blocks you can give. Means, for one Laila, there are so many Majnus are there, in fact, not only one Majnu. Really, sir? What is that? In tomorrow's class, we will see. Thank you so much.